Let's have a brutally honest conversation. If you are 50 years old today, and your net worth is sitting at exactly $100,000, the financial industry has a label for you. They don't say it to your face, but in their spreadsheets you are classified as a failure. You might feel unlucky, or maybe life just happened. Divorce, medical bills, layoffs. But the math doesn't care about your feelings. The math says you are in a state of emergency. Standard advice tells you to relax. Just let compound interest work, they say. But let's run the numbers right now. $100,000 invested in the S&P 500 at a 7% annual return. In 15 years, when you turn 65, that grows to roughly $275,000. It looks like growth, but it is a trap. Why is it a trap? Because if you apply the 4% safe withdrawal rule to that amount, it gives you $11,000 a year. That breaks down to $916 a month. That doesn't even cover rent in a mediocre suburb, let alone food, healthcare, or dignity. So the traditional American dream of retirement is dead for you. Accepting this is the first step, but that doesn't mean your life is over. It means the rules have changed. You don't need a miracle, you need a pivot. You need a strategy that defies conventional wisdom. Today, we are declassifying the last dance strategy. We will explore why retiring might actually kill you faster than working, why you should bet against your own death with Social Security, and how crossing a border can triple your wealth overnight. This is not about saving pennies. This is about saving your future. Are you ready to dance? Let's begin. Condition number 1. You must delete the word retirement from your vocabulary and replace it with downshift. There is a dangerous myth that the goal of life is to do nothing. We see commercials of seniors playing golf and drinking wine all day. But neuroscience tells a different story. The moment you stop solving problems, your brain begins to atrophy. Studies show that complete retirement increases the risk of clinical depression by 40% and accelerates physical aging. You have seen this. The energetic colleague who retires and suddenly looks 10 years older in 6 months. That is not a coincidence. That is biology. You are 50. You cannot afford to stop working at 65, not just financially, but biologically. But here is the pivot. You don't need to stay in the rat race that is killing you now. You need to downshift. This means transitioning to a lower stress, lower income role that covers your basic living expenses while letting your nest egg grow untouched. We call this coast fire. Imagine working 3 days a week, or monetizing a hobby through what we call a gap-time job, using AI tools or gig platforms during your spare time. By covering your daily bills with active income until age 70, you allow your investments to compound for an extra 5 to 10 years. This isn't just about money. It is about buying youth, the routine, the social interaction, the purpose. These are the anti-aging drugs that money can't buy. So the first condition of the last dance is simple. Do not stop. Just change gears. Now that you have agreed to keep working, we need to address the capital. $100,000 is your seed, but it needs water. A lot of it. The IRS knows you are behind. That is why they offer catch-up contributions. As of 2026, if you are over 50, you are legally allowed to stuff more money into tax-advantaged accounts, like 401 kiloseconds and IRAs, than your younger counterparts. You need to initiate what I call the empty nest protocol. Your children are likely adults. It is time to cut the financial umbilical cord. No more tuition, no more allowance, no more paying for their car insurance. That money is now yours. It sounds harsh, but remember, you becoming a burden on them in your 80s is far worse than cutting them off in their 20s. Let's run the new math. You keep your initial $100,000 invested, but now, you aggressively save an extra $1,000 a month, money that used to go to your kids or your car payment. At a 7% return, by age 65, your net worth isn't $275,000 anymore. It is nearly $600,000. We just doubled your outcome simply by utilizing the catch-up phase. But wait, having $600,000 is good, but it is not enough to feel safe in an unpredictable world. We need guaranteed income. This brings us to condition number 3, the Social Security gamble. This is the most controversial part of your strategy. You can claim benefits as early as 62 or wait until 70. Most people take it early, and most people are wrong. At 62, you might get $1,500 a month. At 70, that check swells to roughly $2,600. That is a 76% increase. The internet is full of people shouting, "Take it early! Investing it is better." But let's look at the Death Valley calculation. The break-even point is usually around age 78. If you die before 78, taking it at 62 was the winning bet. You beat the house. But if you live past 78, waiting until 70 was the smarter move. Here is the crucial question. Do you feel lucky? Look at your family history. If your parents lived into their 80s or 90s, taking the money at 62 is a mathematical error. That error could leave you in poverty during your most vulnerable years. And for those thinking, I will take it at 62 and reinvest it into an IRA, stop. The IRS requires you to have earned income to contribute to an IRA. Social Security checks do not count. Unless you are working a job, you cannot put that pension money into a tax-advantaged retirement account. Furthermore, there is the Medicare gap. Medicare doesn't kick in until 65. If you retire at 62, the cost of private health insurance will likely devour your entire Social Security check. Therefore, the strategy stands. Delay until 70 if you are healthy. Use your downshift income and your catch-up savings to bridge the gap. It is an insurance policy against living too long. So let's recap where we are. You have your $600,000 nest egg, and you have your maximized Social Security check at 70. Now, for the final move. The cheat code. Condition number 4 is Geo-Arbitrage. This is the concept that will turn you from surviving to thriving. In New York or Los Angeles, $2,600 a month is survival. It is barely enough to exist. In Chiang Mai, Lisbon, or Kuala Lumpur, it is royalty. This is not just about cheaper food. It is about currency leverage. By moving your physical body to a lower-cost economy, you instantly triple your purchasing power. Modern healthcare in Malaysia or Thailand is world-class and costs a fraction of the US system. We are talking about a villa with a pool, eating out every night, and maid service, all covered by your Social Security check alone. Your $600,000 savings? That just becomes your safety net, compounding quietly in the background, untouched. You don't have to stay there forever, but spending your active retirement years abroad allows you to live a luxury lifestyle on a budget that would be considered poverty in the US. Think about it. Why suffer in a small apartment in a cold city when you could be walking on a beach in Portugal, eating fresh seafood, with money left over in your bank account? It is a choice between struggling in a broken system or thriving in a new one. Let's put it all together. The last dance strategy is not for everyone. It requires courage. It requires you to admit that the old plan failed. But it also offers freedom. $100,000 at 50 is not a death sentence. It is a wake-up call. It is the universe telling you to stop following the herd. The path is clear. 1. Downshift, don't stop. Keep your brain young and your income flowing. 2. Sprint with catch-up contributions. Use the tax code to your advantage. 3. Bet on your longevity and delay Social Security. Maximize the guaranteed check. 4. Use the globe as your leverage. Go where you are treated best. Most people will not do this. They will complain about the economy, they will complain about the government, and they will slowly run out of money. But you now have the blueprint. You know the math. The conventional path is closed to you. But the unconventional path? It is wide open. And honestly, the view is much better from here. Stop worrying about what you didn't do in your 30s and 40s. Focus on what you can do in your 50s and 60s. This is your last dance. Make it a good one. Make it count. Remember, wealth is not just a number in a bank account. It is the ability to control your time and your environment. You have more control than you think. You just needed a different map. Now you have it. Go out there and execute. If you found value in this briefing, consider this your invitation to join the classified circle. We deconstruct the hidden mechanisms of money and survival every week. Don't let the algorithm hide this information from you again. Subscribe and turn on notifications. If this video gave you a new perspective, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more people like you. And make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. You won't want to miss our next deep dive. Stay savvy, and I'll see you in the next one.